season, Pensacola can sneak into the playoffs, and once you're in, you never know what might happen. Weaving through traffic, a shot from the high slot saved by Karpinski. Shot coming courtesy of Valent. And Valent and Dawson fighting for the puck. Pensacola comes out with it. Ivan Bondarenko with the puck behind him, can't quite get his stick on it. Evansville will backhand it back in. Tim Faulkner absorbs some contact, shakes off most of it. Sent back up top. Valent in deep from behind the net. An attempt from Dawson is too tight an angle. Pass intercepted by Montes Noreka, who opened up the scoring for Pensacola last time they were on the ice. Dawson in on the faceoff against Lucas Jurasek. Pensacola wins it. It's cleared out and sent ahead to Doug Elgstam. Elgstam trying to weave through traffic. Puck is up for grabs in the slot. Backhanded out. Interrupted by Cahill, but it'll be cleared out by Evansville. Button chases it down. List gets there first. List backhands it along the boards, down along the boards out to the far side. Faulkner pressing up against the glass, trying to immobilize that puck as teammates arrive. Ice Flyers do come out with it. Elgstam creating some space, tries a backhand pass, untouched by Tosto, and that'll lead between the Pensacola Ice Flyers and the Evansville Thunderbolts. I'm Eric Bramer. This is Flow Hockey. Out of the face-off, Ice Flyers are able to control and clear, though it's tipped around and sent right back into the offensive zone of the Thunderbolts. First to it is Greg Zasinski. He backhands it off a deflection back to neutral ice. Off a tip, Elgstam can't control. Cahill gets it tangled up between his skates. Elgstam coming in to help. Chipped out free and swatted into the far corner by Faulkner. Icing called again. Pensacola leading 1-0. Survived the first Evansville power play of the night. Price forward for Bartuccio Pereira. He doesn't have it long. A quick pass out to the far side. Now in for Jurasek. Jurasek trying to body his way up and create an angle. Maintaining possession, he loses it into the corner. Bartuccio Pereira can't quite control. Elgstam whips it in to buy some more time into the far side corner. Bartuccio Pereira now out, held in by Greg Zasinski. To the neutral zone, sent the other way by Evansville. Icing in the second, a 1-0 Pensacola Ice Flyers lead over the Evansville Thunderbolts. Face-off in Pensacola's offensive zone is won by Evansville. They clear, and they send it down the other way. Chapman dumps it in deep. Zasinski grabs it. Can't quite clear. Fought for along the boards on the far side. Awkward bounce off the boards. Cahill grabs it. Lucky bounce. Bartuccio Pereira gets it away to Elgstam before he gets crunched. Now for Greg Zasinski into the offensive zone for Pensacola. Zasinski's shot is blocked and sent off target. Looked like he faced some contact on the backswing. Inside 3 minutes remaining.
Connor backpedals with it and angles it over to Gio's stick. Ladles it forward in the attack zone, but trying to scoop it out. Lindbergh is able to poke it ahead, but stolen away by Ryder. Angle along the near half wall, and Evansville dumps it in deeper. Rolls free into the slot area, and Evansville comes out with the possession. Feed it across right at the blue line. Shot on, deflected off the base of the inboards. Another shot opportunity is another save for Willie. And a face-off. Mason Palmer out on this defensive shift, and Jack Yannick trying to chase down the puck here, but scooped up by Stewart for Evansville at his own blue line. Stewart backpedals with it, now creates some momentum and fires it forward, stolen away by Jack. Jack through the center circle. Brings it into the attack zone, throws it on net, hits the base of the inboards. Angled all on the near half wall and cleared out by Evansville. Some hard checking right out of the gate here. Through the near circle with it. Angled into the near corner, chasing it down is Phil. Shot on, stolen away by Mason Palmer's stick. He tries to clear it out. On any more complicated setups, I'm just leaving to you, Joe.
It's not like I was magnificent with any of the ones that I've done so far in the first period either.
Allen sends it forward from our own end. Jack threw a couple of bolts, a little chip and charge. He ends up on the deck. No arm is raised there. And puck ends up hitting the backside of the net. Now Jack with it. Fires it across and stolen away here by Evansville. Is bringing it up is Dawson, and he'll dump it into the far corner in the Havoc end. 12:35 and counting left to go in this first period. It's a 1-0 lead for the Huntsville Havoc, courtesy of Robbie Fisher. Phil sends it into the far corner. Trying to chase it down is Jack, but it's lobbed out into the neutral zone. Havoc backpedal with it and fling it forward. Tipped around, who wants it, and dumped in off of an Evansville stick. Off of the Evansville blue line to Abbott. He maintains the handle, but stolen away by McCabe, who curls it around very slowly into the far corner in the Evansville end. Evansville trying to fish it out. They'll lob it out into the neutral zone near Connor's stick. Dump it back in, and no icing here as Allen touches it up, and he ends up on the deck off of that sweep into the far corner. Jack's in the neighborhood of it as it glides deeper into the Evansville zone. Curling around with it is Abbott. Fires it forward and touching it up like we'll regain it at our own blue line. 2:25 to go, first period, 1-0. Havoc with a 1-goal lead, courtesy of Robbie Fisher. Lindbergh with it, holds it, centers it over, circle to circle in his own end, fires it forward to Dawson. Dawson will curl around the Havoc boards near side to far side. Burke pokes at it and stolen away here for Huntsville. Swings it forward, holding it is Ryder, and he'll dump it into the corner. Gets a little love elbow as well, a love shoulder more like, from the Evansville player in front of him. Fire it forward through the center circle, and backhanded pass this time ahead, and a shot goes well wide of the near corner. Recaptured by Stewart. Stewart glides ahead with it, hands it over, and kicks it out to the blue line. Shot through some traffic, ends up on McCabe's stick, and he'll lob it out into the neutral zone, where Chapman's pass ends up hitting the chest plate, basically, of Dom. He'll glove it down, and Robbie Fisher throws it on net into the glove hand side of Huntsville Havoc. Huntsville to plug it back in. That's Jack's stick, who sends it into the near corner. Right, tries to clear it away, and he's able to do so for Evansville, but stolen away by Jack. Jack right at the center red line, angles it over to Connor. File it forward, and Phil throws it into the corner where McCabe dumps it back on to Matt Allen. Curl it around, centering pass as McCabe ends up with it, winds and fires, and deflected into the near corner to Connor. Connor pokes it back into the near corner, trying to chase it down as Jack Yannick. Send it out to Connor, and it's stolen away by Evansville. To the other end comes Chapman, hands it over to the trailer. Shot unblocked away. Nicely done by Connor on that stop. Here's a 3-on-2 on the other end. Allen with it, holds it, centers it over. Popped into the corner. Good defensive play that time by Light. And he'll clear it away for Evansville to the other end. Recaptured here by Huntsville. Connor again with it. Boy, Connor's getting a lot of ice time here tonight like he did last night. Stopped by CC behind his own net off of that entry pass. 3 minutes gone here, and this second is out there. Is that Connor? It is Connor. Skating up ahead with it, and he'll curl it around the Bolts boards into the near corner. It rolls. Benito with it, centers it. Stabbing at it is Robbie Fisher, but stolen away here by the Bolts. Bringing it forward. Chapman loses that handle, courtesy of Dom. Now Benito brings it up here for the Huntsville Havoc. The lead is only 1 goal. Dom will curl it around the boards as that pops over CC's stick, but Evansville controls the possession. 6 minutes now gone here in this second period. It's still a 1-0 lead for the Huntsville Havoc. Dom backhands it, and ahead it goes. That's to Austin. Austin backhanded shot, a nice save for CC. Rolls it in front, and nobody home that time for the Havoc as that's cleared and skips across the pond to the other end for an icing call on Evansville.
As we get closer and closer to it, towards the end, through the middle of the second period, because, again, 21 shots to 7.
Yeah.
This is in one of those games now where it feels like this should be the game. picture that I got all the blood up because I was, I mean, I didn't do it, but I was just at least helping, trying to point out where all of it was because Bert took one to the face.
Does that make you Hawkeye or maybe Houlihan? Major Houlihan?
See, when you said Hawkeye, I'm over here thinking Avengers.
Well, you know.
Yeah, I will take Hawkeye. I love it. Matter of fact, my hair was based off Hawkeye. That's not a joke. That's a true story.
Broken stick out on the ice. Now I know where we rank as the puck rolls into the far corner.
Missed you, Bill.
Chapman dumps it into the Havoc in, and it rolls into the near corner. Trying to chase it down here is Matt Allen. Allen fires it forward, and here comes Huntsville ahead with it. That's a nice leg save, that time by Willie. Bringing it back up is Dom, right through the center circle, just throws it in, turns into a defensive line change. McCabe is out there. Mason Palmer is out there. Make that Connor now out there. Chapman throws it through the near circle. Another shot ends up saved at the blue line. Another shot, another high save for Willie. Looked like that may have hit him on the mask. Rolls it into the near corner off the ricochet. Looked like he was wobbled there for a second, but Brian Wilson is okay. 1 second, and that'll do it for two. Phil will have to retreat to grab it. Phil Elgstam flings it forward to Connor's stick. Fires it forward, immediately cleared out that time by Mackenzie Stewart. Dominic Procopio curls it into the far corner. Gets it right back. Backhanded flip, sends it forward to Buster Larson. Buster swings it across right in front, driven down hard to the ice. No arm raised again there. Kick it out to the blue line to Dom. He'll throw it on net and just misses the far post. Puck ends up in the far corner, stolen away by Evansville. 3 minutes gone here in this third period. We're tied at 2. Benito Posa with it. Benito into the near corner. Angles it out, trying to at least. And Buster sends it along the near half wall, recaptured by Evansville. Price will just dump it into the Havoc end. Stopped by Brian Wilson. An awkward hop in the near corner. Sends it right in front and stopped by Willie. It's still in play, though. Mason Palmer fires it forward off of. Welcome to Huntsville. This is your final stop as we're playing for another 6.5 minutes. Bringing it up is Austin Alger. Rolls into the near corner. Excuse me, that was Phil Elgstam. Chasing it down here is Jack Yannick. Pop it loose along the far half wall with it. Centering pass. Ping pongs off of a couple of sticks and cleared away as Connor will be the first man back to touch it up for Huntsville deep in our own zone. Phil pokes it over to Matt Allen. Whistle halts the action. Face off in the near circle for Gio. Evansville cannot quite maintain the handle as Robbie Fisher chases it down. Robbie Fisher throws it on the net and ends up in the glove. There was only a 1-goal game. Surprised me a little bit.
I was surprised in the situation in which he had it going. I thought that they were maybe waiting a little bit more, but I also think that they had to.
They just pulled him again. Puck ends up out in the neutral zone. This is a 2-goal deficit now for Evansville with 1:37 to go.
I'll take 3 straight days of 5 goals.
We're in the neighborhood. Jack Yannick right at the center red line just dumps it into the Evansville zone. Not an icing. Lindbergh brings it up. Swings it over to Curtin. Pop it loose right at our blue line. Lindbergh holds it, now brings it in. Lindbergh throws it on net, blocked away, and big hit. A big hit by Phil Elgstam.
He was pissed from a previous hit.
Shot on, deflected by traffic in front of Willie. And to the other end, there's your empty netter.
Miles Abbott on the puck, centering pass, no one there to take it. Instead, it is Peoria's possession, and Andrew Poulias taken by Evansville. Dawson in the near side corner, centering pass off the stick of Abbott and through the blue paint to the far corner. Dawson will set it back around the boards to this one, Vanham Rocker on the near side. It is Vanham Rocker out on the line with Nolan Dawson and Aiden Lickey. So again, a lot of line mixing coming off of the games in Huntsville to try to find some new chemistry. Here is Licky, poked out of his reach and out of the zone. Carry back and offside. Debut tonight was signed prior to the weekend after the call-up of Ty Taylor to Orlando. Long-range shot on goal set aside by Muse from the neutral zone. Shot number 3 for Evansville early on. Good pace early on for Evansville. Yeah, Peoria's a team that does not allow a lot of shots on goal. Past 2 games against Peoria, 18 and 20 shots respectively. Taylor Joseph will set it behind his net for Bronson Adams. Up the far side, Ethan Price. So line change in progress for Evansville. Puck kept in by Josh Martin. On the backhand now is man to the near side. That's Griffin Fox to Yakovlevich. Arister goes wide short side. Far wall, Jan Pietrowski, the veteran forward of the Peoria Rivermen, back for another stint with the team coming out of retirement. Thunderbolts clear the zone back to the Peoria line, having to take their time to avoid too many with the Quad City Storm. Off the draw, this is controlled by Peoria, back to their own zone. Deflected back across the Peoria line. Loose puck potentially. Semino breaks his stick trying to go for the shots. And it was off of his shot attempt, so not a slashing penalty. From the near side, Price as Semino races back to the bench for a new stick. Shot to the net front by Lindbergh was blocked down by Griffin Fox. It's turned around the boards ahead of Yakovlevich. Litke pinches in. Off this collision, able to work the puck back free. Nolan Dawson, centering pass on the backhander, save by Muse. Puck pops free. Shot on goal and a save. The rebound, Price had a fan away. Another good chance for Evansville. 2 good looks of the net. Just under 5 minutes gone. For IC either, Thunderbolts will get a much-needed line change. A little over 7 minutes gone here in the first period. No score. Shots 5-2, Evansville. Benjamin Lindbergh around his own nets. Off the far boards. Does get enough room to get out of the zone with it. Forced back into the Evansville end, and now Taylor Joseph beyond his net will stop this one. And now under pressure, able to play it off nicely to Nolan Dawson. As pressuring there was Fletcher Anderson. Nolan McElhinney for Evansville. Stretch pass to the neutral zone. Missed both Thunderbolts. However, copped up in the neutral zone by the Rivermen. Nolan Dawson, a nice little move to gain some space. Hands it back to Lindbergh on the reset, the Evansville line. Ethan Price spins up the near side boards. Into the zone, but off a Riverman stick of Ferrandino. Turn back to the neutral zone. Puck is free. Bronson Adams trying to chip it along. Kick back into the Evansville zone. Off of Jacob King. Take it back by Riverman boards. Josh Martin. Licky goes to him behind the Riverman nets. Licky with great persistence. Now it's Semino. Pass across just out of the reach of Adams. King may have got a piece of it. Down low, it's Aiden Licky. Takes a check and spins off it from Yakovlevich. Flipped high in the air by the Rivermen under the Jumbotron to center ice. Back is Lindbergh. Lead pass knocked down the Rivermen line. Griffin Fox. Licky applying very excellent persistence and pressure. Gets the puck in the neutral zone, but it hops off his stick. Work back to center by Yakovlevich. Pulius. Knocked off the puck with a nice check by Nolan Dawson. Aiden Licky. On to Dawson. Carries up the left wing side. Licky near side. Shot is blocked. Fox lost it. Trying to keep it in his Licky. He does turn to the net front and deflected wide with Dawson in front in a battle. Collision near side corner. Dawson and Fenton. Dawson spun back by Rons. Pressured by Scott Curran. On the forecheck is Evansville trying again to find possession here. Forecheck has had some success here in the first period. Fletcher Anderson on the puck. This pass misses its mark on Kyler Fenton. Scott Curran back into the crowd near side. Adams now toward the net front. A bouncer that deflects to the side of the net. Scott Curran can't handle the bouncing puck. And taken back by Fenton to the far side boards. To the line, kept alive. Dawson, pass goes behind Curtin, goes to the near boards. 45 seconds to go. Here's Bronson Adams with time and space. Shoots, he scores! Dump this one in. Fended off by Michael Ferrandino. Back is Ernst for the puck. And waiting to see if Mackenzie Stewart comes back on the ice. Here in the second period, taking a puck to the face late in the first period. I didn't see if he was on the bench. Here comes Van Rocker across the line. Shoots and a save by Muse. So take that with a grain of salt. Dawson wins the draw, but this one eludes Lindbergh out of the zone. They'll have to chase this one down with the full head of steam back into the zone as Fletcher Anderson against him. Works up the near side boards. Ethan Price under pressure here. Pulius worked off by Eden Licky. Berkapetz to Licky. Trying to go back into forehand, but couldn't corral the puck, and it's dumped back to the Evansville zone. Berkapetz against Anderson. Aiden Licky has this one forced back. Battles onto the far corner. Kyler Fenton working away at this one. Aiden Licky still trying to jam this one free. And Evansville able to work the puck along. Ethan Price out of the zone. Trying to get through the traffic through the neutral zone. Finds Dawson. trying to break in. A good stick check last second. He was nearly long gone. Puck eludes Licky to the far boards. Dawson back into the scrum. This one knocked away from a Thunderbolt in the far side corner. Now back to the point, and with speed comes. Approaching 5 minutes gone here in the second period of play. Tie game at 1. Both goals in the opening 20 minutes. Puck is back at the Evans line. McElhaney at trouble in this pass. It is a delay of sign of Peoria, so they can't enter. Baptiste will peel back on it. And now it's dumped in around the boards by Kyler Fenton. Joseph stops it down behind his net. Berkapetz corrals it and skates. Will peel back into the pressure of Baptiste. And hands off now from McElhaney. Head pass to the neutral zone. Missed everybody. And this will be icing on Evansville. For Adams. Playing his third game with Evansville. Off the draw, near side boards. Nolan Dawson leads out for Simino. Trying to flip it through. Ernst couldn't do it. Stopped down the neutral zone. And counter back to the Rivermen line. Ernst settles it. Feeds it across to Michael Ferrandino. Baptiste will tip it along to the Evansville zone. Devine in on the forecheck against Berkapetz. Berkapetz with the check. Puck on to Ernst. Far corner skates the boards. Harassed by Berkapetz. Drops it off in the far corner. Garrett Devine. Dawson shadows him. Price goes in as well. Far point. Ferrandino fan of the shot. Forced by Dawson. Out of the zone. Pressure on the bench boards. Those two continue to stay tied up. Price looking for the puck as well. Might see a whistle here if the puck isn't moved here in the next couple seconds. Right now the whistle is still down. And now the puck is worked, well, free for a moment, but now it's stuck again. Play continues. Now the puck is free. Battle on for possession. It is turned back to the Evansville zone. Taylor Joseph will play it around these own boards, around the near side, but taken to the point by Yakovlevich. Flings it to the far corner and around the boards. Pietrowski into the far corner. Dawson ties up his man. Now it's Pietrowski again. Finds a shot on goal. That was stopped off by Taylor Joseph. That was a shot by Barker. Puck not out. And another shot stopped by Joseph again from longer range. With Mackenzie Stewart now paired with Benjamin Lindberg. Again, Evansville rolling with 5 defensemen now with Stewart outs. Ron's a set up in front. Shot to not get all the magic on it. And this one out of the zone by Price. Dumped in from the red line. We're on the boards. Licky forechecking. And again, this line with Price has really generated a lot of energy. Nolan Dawson looking really good today as well. Back in the neutral zone with 8:35 to go in the second period. The Rivermen already with 10 shots now this period. That matches their entire first period outputs. Vanderveen on the puck, hands it back to Lindberg. Dawson trying to set up the entry for Licky, goes off his stick. Rivermen re-engage. Here's Anderson. Through center to dump it up the far side boards. Lindberg back. On to Vanderveen. On to Price. Lead out of the zone. Blocked by Pietrowski. Second try out by Lindberg. Price battles to the penalty box boards. Falls onto the ice. Here's King with the partial lane. Curls it. Shoots it. Good block by Vanderveen. Centering pass again. Went down the play as well. He gets back up. 10 seconds to go in this power play. So an opportunity for Evansville not coming to fruition here to start the third period, but nonetheless trying to set the tone for the rest of the way. This will be dumped just wide on Muse. That took a weird hop and just missed by maybe a foot. Muse was going left and the puck went right. That would have been on the power play too, but we're back to full strength. Ron's in the puck up the far side. And Peoria escapes out of the zone, still tied at 1. Here's Poulias. Dumping this one in. Delay of sign for Peoria. So back to 5-a-side hockey. 17:44 to go here in the third period. Here's a lead for Price into the zone. Shoots and it deflects wide off a block from Ernst. It's a good pass. And now Dawson near corner. Has an assist on the goal for Adams back in the first period. That tied the game at 1, which is where we have stood for the past period. Baptiste the way for Peoria. On to Gillette in the near side corner. To the point. Ferrandino. Toward an effort deflection try stopped by Joseph. That's the first shot on goal this period for either team. I thought the Thunderbolts had a shot in on Muse, but turns out they did not. This one turned back down low for Gillette. Vanderveen applies the check. It takes the puck away. Chapman. It's bumped by Ferrandino. Loses the puck. Baptiste in the near points. Rister looking for deflection goes wide. At the far wall, Price and Ernst tie up. Thunderbolts with numbers. Nice lead out of the zone for Dawson. Now for Chapman. 1-on-1. Up the nearing side.